Hey folks, Chris here with BigCat Ranch. Just want to say welcome to those of you who haven't seen us before, and if you have seen us, welcome back. So what are you going to see in this video here today? You are going to see some pretty serious content, unedited, raw, and real stuff where we had a real big risk of a forest fire here on the ranch. And so you're going to see literally the moment I saw the smoke. I was actually videoing another episode or another segment, and caught the moment fire started just off our property, and the panic that ensued. I'm not going to lie, I was pretty stressed out, and so you're gonna see the moment that I realized there was a fire burning not far from our property. And you're going to see I did turn my camera on for some of the ensuing drama that my racing to the fire hall, and then working with the firefighters to see that out. There's a helicopter that came in and helped us. So you're going to see all that, and so yeah, with no further ado, I'll just let that footage roll, and you can see what that looks like, the real emotion. And overlooking this valley. Oh boy. Holy smokes, we got a forest fire. Good grief. Somebody just lit a forest fire here. Holy crap. This isn't good. Right below us. Gosh, people are dumb. Oh boy. Okay, folks. Well, I gotta run. I'm gonna have to get some emergency services going here. Oh man, this sucks. Okay, sorry, I gotta run. So folks, I hate to do drama, but this just has oh man, my heart is racing. So we have a forest fire burning, just started right down there. You can see the smoke. I am literally rushing to town here. I'm hoping we can get this sucker out before it gets bad. I've got a bulldozer and excavator. I'm willing to go down the hill and do whatever I have to save my property. Oh boy, my heart's pounding. I don't want to lose my property. Some idiots with a campfire. Just dumb or something. Anyways, I'm assuming it's a campfire. I shouldn't say that, but it probably is. And oh man, I don't want to lose my property. Oh, of course, somebody closed their gate. Jeez. Yeah, it's just below us, and the wind is blowing our way too. So super scary shit here. Sorry for the language. Oh man. And then, I mean, we have Jane and my uncle Alvin camping here, but doesn't take long for these things to spark up real fast. People are just, I don't know, maybe there was an accident on a quad or a side-by-side or something. But, oh boy. Oh God, yeah, I don't know what else to do. Just hoping we can get this put out. This is where I wish I was set up with a fire truck. I would have my fire truck out there in a nanosecond with a tank. Ooh. Oh man. You know, I should have called I do have a SAT communicator. I guess at some level it would have been probably good just to hit the emergency button on that and just see what happens. I've never actually done that. It's one of those spot communicators. I just got to make sure I drive here at a sane level so I don't have a blowout on a tire or have an accident or something. Definitely want to get to town. There is a very good fire department here. I've had a meeting with the fire chief, and I did really feel good about that. And they put my name on a list for helping with these kind of things, with equipment or whatever, even just our knowledge. We've been around forest fires before, so this isn't my first rodeo, but yeah, it's different when it's your land and you can see a fire rolling your way. But the thing is, this time of day is the wind comes up so bad, and town's probably crawling with people. It's a long weekend, so there's going to be people everywhere. Anyways, I guess the big thing is just to get the fire department in motion, hopefully, and then we'll have to just mitigate risks here and see how this fire's moving. And oh man, I don't know. I mean, one hand, you're like, I'm gonna fight this. I want to get my equipment out there and start building trails, but I realize sparks carry in the wind, and I just want to have a calm mind, think of the best plan forward, obviously to save life. Jane and Alvin are up at the camp still. They have transportation, they can get out, but yeah, it makes you think, like, what would we grab at a camp, and try to save a few things. This is where I wish we had our fire suppression system set up. I've had it kind of in the wings for a couple of seasons, but just haven't had time. And yeah, anyways. Okay, folks, well, I'm just about down to the pavement here. I'm gonna sign off for a bit. I'll try to keep you updated on what's going on. Okay, folks, so sorry I don't have my microphone on, and I'm just yeah, pretty stressed out here right now, but I just was at the fire hall, and that was the right place to go. They, like I explained earlier, they're good people. They have crews on site already. Forestry has been notified, and they gave me permission to help, so I'm pretty happy about that. We're heading to the site, and then making a decision on whether or not I'll go grab our bulldozer and potentially head for the head to try to do some kind of containment plan. It just depends on wind and everything, right? I realize that, like, I'm fully aware that fire is very capable of jumping over large areas, so sparks and everything like that. But depending on weather and how it looks, if I can be of an assistance with our equipment, I'll definitely go for it. It sounded on the radios, I heard my uncle is probably out there already on a red quad, and I heard the chatter about him. Kind of made a mistake when I left our site. I should have left a radio on with Jane and took one myself, because we would have clear communication. But yeah, anyways, I'm a little bit upset at myself for not giving her a little more information, and leaving her in a bit of a precarious situation. But we're gonna do the best we can, and just trying to stay somewhat calm and see, hopefully we get this under control before it gets too out of hand. They said about an acre had burnt already, so that's quite the size. It's traveled a bit, and yeah, anyways, we'll see. There's fire trucks out here, and they're doing the best they can. So anyways, okay, I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Okay, doing a little 4x4 in here. So I need to leave this camera on. I just get, when we meet people and we're gathering information as we're heading closer to it. So that was my Uncle Alvin on his quad, and he said he had already been to the fire site, and he said it's fairly small, but it's definitely the time to get it out is now. So we're gonna hit it hard, and hope to God that this doesn't get out of control here. Definitely running over some quad trails and side-by-side roads here. Glad I have new tires on this thing, or good tires, because this is pretty rocky country. But yeah, anyways, okay, I'm gonna put the phone down again and just concentrate on the driving, and hopefully we can see this have a best case scenario. Okay, talk to you soon. Okay, so we just arrived here. This is the heartbeat of it. Fortunately, got at it fairly quickly. Alvin's been kicking at the flames here, and looks like this is the culprit. Somebody's machine caught on fire in the middle of the road. Not great. At least the wind's blowing in the right direction right now. So we got crews here, and we'll just have to decide what we can come in with an assistance. But I might just go get our piss cans too.
Is he getting some more piss cans?
Yeah, I think so. We're getting the tank.
Okay, folks. Well, we're gonna get to work here. The wind's coming up. We just gotta see this gets out before too much wind. Pray against the wind.
Let's close up.
This little rig's pretty handy. Should have a whole fleet of these things. Little defenders. Apparently there is a bird inbound. Not sure when we're gonna clear out. I guess when they start dropping water here. Yeah, the wind's coming up here. Not a good scene. Oh, well, I guess it's the best case scenario. Okay, I'm gonna shut this off and go grab some more burning embers and pull them out onto the road here. This is starting to take off again. thing drops a fair amount of water. Created a flash flood here. Good to see the water. Okay, folks. Well, dirty. Back's a little sore, but in behind me, the fire is out. Thanks to an amazing crew here, and oh boy, yeah, and some help from the sky, we yeah, averted a major catastrophe for our property. Oh yeah, so glad this worked out, and glad that good people are willing to put their backs into it. There were some people here that, well, all the guys that were here were amazing, and yeah, they took me in as one of their crew, and just I helped as much as I possibly could, and they just did an amazing job here. So all the grid work is done. If you fought fire, forest fire, you know what that means, and checking for hot spots and things like that. So we've mopped up and got a bunch of water on it. Thankfully they had one of these side-by-side defenders that with a pump on it. It was just amazing. But anyways, I'm gonna start driving back to oh, just lost the cabin light here in the vehicle, but yeah, I'm just gonna start driving back to the ranch and go see Alvin and Jane, and I'll be out here in the morning, definitely checking for hot spots, make sure it's all out. But anyways, folks, not one for much drama, but that was oh boy, yeah, that was a heart stopper. Morning. So this is the day, or the morning after we behind me here is where we had that fire last night or yesterday afternoon. The remains of that quad that caught on fire are just straight in behind me there, right there. And I'm gonna flip my camera because here's just a lesson in yeah, just checking in. So this area here, just give me one sec. Okay, flipped camera. So that's where the machine was burning. And after all that effort here trying to mop up and go through this, my uncle and I came back this morning. I told the fire department I would do a quick perimeter check this first thing. And so here you go. This is why forest fires are so hard to fight, because we went over this area really well yesterday, and you can just see, I don't know if the camera pick that up, but we got a hot spot here. You can see it's smoking. It's definitely still burning at the edges. And so Alvin has run to town, or to there's a gun range within a few kilometers of here, and Alvin has gone back to see if he can get hold of somebody there. I could go grab a water can and stuff like that. We have them up at the ranch. But for now, I just have my shovel. Luckily, I packed a shovel with us. And I'm just gonna kind of comb the bush here and make sure there's no other spot fires burning, and contain the one that is. It's dead calm out. It is warm. The sun's out. It's gonna get hot today. But it would be good to get some water on this spot and just make sure it's out for sure. And check it a few times throughout the day. But this is why, yeah, you do your diligence. And we're gonna make sure this doesn't spread into anything bigger. But yeah. So anyways, that's the ongoing journey from yesterday saga. But had a good night's sleep at least. And now we'll just mop up here today and make sure this doesn't take off. And yeah, anyways, okay, well, I'm going to sign off here and go dig around this hot spot. So the part of the story that I think is necessary to tell is that the actual uh, the events that led up to that fire starting and the real reason that it was became an issue. So in the end, we ended up meeting the family that started the fire, and so I need to rescind my negativity around this people starting campfires and things like that. Actually, it does happen, but at the end of the day, it was not the truth in this situation. It was just my emotions getting the better of me. My negative emotions. So in the end, so here's the real story, and we did meet the people. It was as far as I understand, it was a teenage daughter, and I believe her mom, but I don't know exactly who was there. There were 2 quads, as far as we understand, and so the teenage daughter on one machine noticed. I think the machine started to run poorly, and maybe I heard that it backfired or something like that, and so it stopped running, as far as I understand. And so they hooked it up to start towing it, and as they were towing it, um, it started smoking. There was something, obviously, something had gotten hot and was starting to burn. And so she jumped off, obviously, and kind of they panicked a bit, as is somewhat understandable. And so I don't know what they did or didn't do there at the scene, but they eventually abandoned it and thought they better run for help. There is no cell service in this area, which makes it a little bit more difficult. So they ran for help, and in their flight, they landed up hitting a mud hole. They took a wrong turn, and they hit a mud hole, got stuck with the only running machine they had, and I guess there was quite a they were trauma. It was a fair amount of trauma for them, and so they, I think, landed up running, maybe walking or running. This was probably about the time that I saw smoke. So in the turn of events, when I saw the smoke, and they were probably running for back to their campground or wherever that was. I think they were not too far away, and in that sort of time or expanse of time, I was in my vehicle heading for the fire department or for the fire hall already. In that, while I was doing that, Jane was back here at camp. My uncle Alvin had left with another on his quad to go see what was going on. So he actually was the first on scene after those people had abandoned the quad. In between the time that they abandoned it and Alvin arrived, that machine had already burnt pretty much completely. It was gone. It was crispy already. And so, but it had already started the bush on fire. So Alvin started to fight the fire solo. Like, he started to kick at the flames in the bush, but it was just too much for him to do. He already burned himself, and he had just had to abandon it. So he started coming back to town. In that expanse of time, Jane was, unfortunately, we made a few wrong turns. I forgot to grab a radio in the panic of everything. And but Jane had a radio here, so she started calling Mayday on the radio. And luckily, there was an angel who was a bit of a ham radio, buff, who caught the emergency call, which just gives me goosebumps that call got received, because it was an open channel she was using, but not necessarily anybody using that, receiving that would have access to emergency services. That person on the other end then phoned 911 and also got a hold of the fire hall. And so that whole thing was in motion even before I got to where I was going. So when I arrived at the fire hall, there was already a crew had left, and was on scene fairly quickly. Fortunately, the other thing that was kind of miraculous was Alvin, my uncle, who had exact location of where the fire was able to guide that crew right to the scene. So they weren't wandering around looking. They went right to the issue. So that was like just a very, very smooth, just everything just lined up perfectly almost. And then as far as I got to the fire hall as a crew was leaving, so I was able to follow a crew in, and then pitched in where I could help. So there was all these sequence of events. The people who that happened to, that who owned the quad, the family, we met them as they were leaving, but they were there was too much panic to really have a conversation. It was a day later where they returned. Ironically, when I went back to check for spot fires and found something, the family came back with a trailer to haul out the burned out frame and to kind of clean up. They felt bad. They didn't want to leave it out there. So they came to clean it up. We helped load up the machine, and they felt terrible. And really, at the end of the day, I guess the only thing, it's just a good reminder, and it's for me too. It's not like I do carry fire extinguishers as often as I can, but like even a little emergency fire extinguisher on a quad would be a great idea. And so that was just a really good reminder. And we had a good conversation with the family, and everybody was fine. You know, at the end of the day, nobody was hurt. No great loss. Yes, there was an expense to a helicopter being called out, and a crew and everything, but everybody did their job. That's what they're there for. And it turned out to be the best case scenario. So I thought I needed to add that little piece of the story in, because that was sort of the real reason it all happened in the first place. And my assumption of negativity about just dumb people and things like that, these were good people, and they just had an unfortunate event happen to them. Another part of the story was that Jane, when she called out on the radio, she had wisely so had grabbed Buddy here and thrown him and Carrie, and she did have a vehicle available so she could get away, but she didn't want to be in harm's way during that emergency situation. So she grabbed this little guy and went for the safe ground. And I'm glad that she had the the sanity to think that through and do the right thing, because I had basically abandoned her and run towards the heat of the problem. And so I'm glad she had the wherewithal to escape, or to go to safe ground. And anyways, we got Buddy out of here as well. So anyways, just all these little pieces of the story. It was so much. It was there's almost too much to tell. But again, just thankful it turned out so good. So anyways, that was pretty stressful 24 hours, or at least 24 hours for us. And I just want to thank you for watching, and for caring. If you watch this far, you obviously care about what's going on here. And so thanks for watching. And I'm so glad that turned out. Obviously not great to have a fire in the first place, but I would say best case scenario. Everybody just came together so well, and huge thanks to the fire crews and the helicopter, the pilots, and everybody, that the fire chief that started making calls and helped us out, and my uncle and Jane, who were part of the team here, just to get the word to the emergency services to fight this and get it put out as quickly as possible. So big team effort. And BigCat Ranch is I'm very, very glad. Gives me goosebumps, almost brings me to tears to think that we fought that off, and we're here, and things are calm today. So glad. And so thanks for watching. Appreciate you so much, and we will catch you on the next one.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.